September the 14th brings us a Virgo new moon with a big, giant, positive Earth trine embedded in it. And this is going to be therefore a lunation that can allow each of us in some way to thrive, prosper, to have better health, resourcefulness, but mostly to be really good with the things of this earth and most practically your resources financially. We're going to talk about how this can play out for your sun sign, moon sign, but mostly listen for your rising. If you know your birth time, it's probably going to be the most accurate. Now, this is an update from a longer video that goes into the world events that may occur, as well as a dive into some of the interesting asteroids involved and fixed stars. That longer video is already out there and you can go and listen to it. I'll put the description box link below. I'll give you a link to it, but it's also all over the place on my channel in the current transits and in the monthly moon playlist. So go listen to that one for more of a deeper dive into what this lunation in Virgo is meaning for you. Reminder that all new moons end up becoming a full moon 6 months later. Therefore, 6 months from this moon, you may have the fullness of what is occurring now. It's going to take some time to fully unfold as a new beginning and its full completion in about 6 months. Second of all, in the shorter time frame, the new moon can often show you some of its hand and what it's about in the 2 weeks that follow the moon. So we're going to talk to you today, or all of us today, about that. And just before we get going, if you're new to my channel, please hit that like button, subscribe, or just give me a try. Welcome. My name is Lori Lothian. I am using the Western Tropical Zodiac. I use whole sign houses. I love fixed asteroids. I use a little bit of Babylonian and Persian and Vedic astrology. It's all a big mashup here. But I am highly predictive in the way I approach astrology. I'm helping you and me navigate our lives with greater ease, flow, grace by being able to participate in our current sky by looking at what's happening and going with that rather than swimming upstream. And one note to tell you about, one note of promotion, if you can hang in there. My Sky Reader course starts on September 23rd. I'm going to cap enrollment, and I think I have about 15 spots only left. If you want to learn to be your own astrologer, time your best life, that course starts on September 26th. All the information for the course is in the description box below. Come join me, learn live, 6 weeks of astrology, and you get to keep the course content forever, plus weekly coaching calls and a bunch of other stuff. All right, and that would be for beginner to new beginner to intermediate astrologers learning astrology. All right, so let's get going and talk now. Oh, a beautiful hummingbird just flew in front of my window. I'm recording in front of my window here in Vancouver, Canada. So I'm going to talk about some broad themes about this. I want to show you the sky in a second. So we're going to be navigating the wheel. You don't need to settle in for a tea or coffee. This is a shorter one. This is my new attempt to give you an update as the moon is progressing toward happening, because often my moon videos come out 2 weeks before the lunation. So one of the things I want to say is that there's something called an Earth trine in astrology. I guess I'll just show you the chart. And when someone's born with an Earth trine, they tend to be somebody who's going to be able to manage to get resources and money and financial security in ways and means don't come out of a strictly normal path, a paycheck, for example. They also sometimes have a natural talent at gathering resources, right? But a bit of a hyper focus, a natural ability to do those kinds of things. So if you're born with a big triangle in your natal chart between the signs of Virgo and Capricorn and Taurus, you have a grand Earth trine. You'll have to have planets anchoring that. And also sometimes there can be an inability to totally get out of that Earth trine. Like I've seen people with Earth trines be obsessed with their resources as well, or fearful, or hyper focused on that. But mostly it's positive. So here we have the trine. I'm going to show it to you with my, what do you call that thing? Annotation thing. And we'll just annotate that so you can see it more clearly. And then we're going to go through in a very quick pace the all signs. This is just the update. This video probably won't be longer than 45 minutes. So let's just shed a little light on it. We have the new moon at 21 degrees of Virgo on September the 14th. And basically, yeah, it's pretty close to, it's like the late degrees, like 21 and something degrees, but don't get fixated on the exact degree of the moon. It's 21 degrees of Virgo, and it's talking in a flowing energy over here to the god of the unexpected and surprising, Uranus, and who's also hanging with Minerva, the asteroid for knowledge and wisdom. But she can also be considered a bit of a warrior goddess as well. And although I'm not going to go into that today, the armor of the gods, Hephaestus, is sitting here with Minerva, and that kind of reminds me of stories to do, positive stories to do regarding resources and potentially war. So I'm not sure how to parse that. The only war that's currently going on, of course, is Ukraine, if we want to call it that, a war. And over here we have Pluto. And then we have this all coming back. Do you see the triangle, guys? This is me with my mouse trying to draw this. And I've got a new setup here for recording, which is I'm standing now. So that's kind of awkward, but I'm doing my best because I'm trying not to get issues with my glutes and piriformis. So in this part of the sky, what you get is this kind of big, beautiful Earth trine. You may notice, though, that there's Neptune, and technically that's also forming a kite. Now, a kite is a success angle. Neptune is sitting here, actually conjunct asteroid Pandora for the ails that befell the world. Uranus, with all of this Hephaestos thunderbolts. And by the way, Mercury, the ruler of the moon, on your asteroid Urania also makes me think of interesting astronomical news coming off the 2 weeks of this moon, interesting UFO disclosure news, maybe interesting news about wars. We're not going to go into that. I did that in my other video, the longer video. I've already covered that. But when I talk about the idea of the grand trine, which is my focus today, this is an area of blessing and luck. Trine energy is energy that is the nature of Jupiter, and trine energy brings luck and ease and flow. And we have a lot of that being offered to us, not just in the 2 weeks after the moon, but also in the months that follow. So this is not a one and done, guys. This is like, okay, 6 months, over the next 6 months, you've got a superior blessing in your earth sign parts of your sky that will be your Capricorn, Taurus, and of course Virgo part of real estate. One last thing before we hit all signs. I might mention the kite because this lunation is opposite Neptune over the 6 months that follow. Anything that's been fogging up your understanding of your world, anything that's been making you crazy because you can't see it clearly, anything that needs to be dissolved in your life in order to succeed will be a big part of this next 6 month narrative. One of the things I think I need to do is just check something. Is my internet signal? I'm still good. That's great. One more thing I'd say here. I mean, this kite aspect is happening under the guidance of Mercury, where the handhold of a kite exists, right? And Mercury is not only in great dignity, he's in his exaltation and home domicile of Virgo, therefore in charge, and has more essential strength, by the way, than Neptune across the way, but he's also stationing into direct motion, moving into direct motion at the 8 degrees of Virgo on the very same day of this moon after the moon perfects. So keep in mind that Mercury is kind of really getting ready to move forward. And we haven't seen Mercury spend 2 months in the earth signs or 6 months in total in earth signs, because it's called his elemental earth here in the work of Gary Caton, an amazing friend and astrologer. But also this is going to be not since 2016 has Mercury been this deeply embedded in the story of Earth signs. And so he's taking extra special attention to the Capricorn and the Taurus and the Virgo sun, moon, and risings this year. You're getting a whole lot of love from Mercury, but it's also for the world. And this is about money and resources. So last time we saw that was in 2016 calendar year. So let's go ahead and do the all signs. I'm going to blast off that, clear that annotation out, clear all drawings, and I'm going to stop the share for a second, not for long. I want to remind you to hit the like button and subscribe. And if you're in the live premiere with me, please hit that like button. Now, what you see your astrologer doing is trying to adjust the low mic, which is driving me nuts, on this brand new little mic stand that she's created with a bunch of tarot card boxes. But anything that works, right? And a wine box. Oh no, and a wine box for my laptop. Oh my goodness. So we're going to do all signs. Hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and are off to the races. So first of all, let's talk about you, Aries, first, and I will show the picture. This is going out to my Patreon community ahead of the public. So if you are somebody who wants to have ad-free content, early access, I have a special on Patreon right now. If you want to sign up for only even the bottom tier, $5 a month, you're going to get my 2023 all signs videos for free. They're for sale for $44. You can still get them, but you don't have to pay for them. And they're long, hour-long videos. Plus you get 2 courses, Are You My Person, a synastry course for relationship astrology, and Chiron, the Key to Purpose. Both classes were taught live in August in my Athenium mini classes, but I'm giving the replays to you for free when you sign up for Patreon in the month of September. If you don't like me and you leave, you still get those free gifts. Okay, let's get going. Now it's set for Aquarius, and that's just because you set this stuff by the hour. So we're going to start with Aries, okay? And then we're going to move at a nice clip, guys, at a nice little clip-de-clop pace through the story of this lunation. Think prosperity or resourcefulness or material goodness and even health. The body are, and things of the body, things of the earth are where you have the strength in the 2 weeks that follow and the 6 months that follow, and a powerful one at that. Elemental earth here, potency, as Mercury in domicile guards this moon and protects it and tells it what to do for you. All right. 1 and a 2 and a 3. Can I get this done in 45 minutes knowing I have to get to my chiropractor? I think I can do it. All right. If you're an Aries sun, moon, and rising sign, this is going to be this big grand Earth trine, which is actually also a kite. But let's talk about the triangle. We have Pluto finishing up his stay in your 10th house of career and reputation, where he has been changing that up since 2008. He is retrograding at 28 degrees, and he is in a flow to Uranus at 22 degrees, also in retrogradation of Taurus with asteroid Minerva and blessed Jupiter nearby, and they are flowing in an earth signal over to your 6th house of work and health. If you are in Aries in any possible way, this is most especially good for your health and your work routines. You're going to find better work habits and routines, like me standing up to record instead of sitting. I'm an Aries sun and moon. You're going to find better outcomes in your health, better ways to be healthy. Mercury is giving you ideas and information and what you need to know. And with you, and even with Minerva, the goddess of knowledge and wisdom and knowingness in the house of what you put in your mouth, we're looking at a lot of change regarding diet and food style, or any problems you may have had with addictions. Neptune across the way in the 12th house of self-undoing. This can definitely look like dropping the alcohol, the cigarette, the vape, or whatever you do that you realize isn't the best thing for you. Now, technically, it doesn't have to be ending it all. Maybe it's moderation. I'm not going to slice and dice that too much. You'll know yourself best, but look over the next 6 months as that follow, as well as 2 weeks that follow this lunation, a sense of coming into a new level of success with things that would have undone you in sabotaging ways, especially addictive substances that go into your mouth or habit dependencies of some sort. Now, this is a money story for you guys too, because career up here and reputation, power and wealth is up here. Pluto's been powering you up over the last few years. And you can see down here, we have this excitement, this exhilaration, this inventiveness, this unexpectedness in your prosperity earnings chunk of the house. So what I can say is it's career and money and earnings and work routines leading over the next 6 months for many Aries to newfound prosperity. That success dissolving energy with Neptune in the 12th definitely invites you to dissolve your own worst habits that get in the way of your own prosperity and career success. Lastly, because Neptune rules filmography, video, and YouTube and Instagram Reels, and the 12th house is revenue from foreign lands. If you're a YouTuber, TikToker, any of those like I am, this can also just look like success in your Neptune zone of video imagery, and you're going to be lifting off over the next 6 months. Love this positive and surprising energy for all of us Aries. Taurus, sun, moon, rising sign especially. Wow. So basically you are one of the signs, right, who've gotten the most the earth juice out of Mercury being elementally in the earth signs for 6 out of 12 months in this calendar year. So you're getting a lot of that deep shift going on through Lord Mercury. And in this particular position here, Mercury is doing a new beginning, a fresh start in your 5th house of what brings you joy and pleasure and fun and play. But it is also possible for some of you, this is a big pregnancy triangle. If you want to have a baby, wonderful. If you don't, be careful. Uranus is involved. Jupiter moving through the house of the body for particularly females would mean that you could potentially, egg carriers, I heard that one lately, egg carriers could possibly get pregnant in the next 2 weeks or 6 months after this lunation. And you might want that, but with Uranus there, it's a little unexpected perhaps. So do you see this triangle is coming up to Pluto, the god of wealth and power, in your 9th house of the foreigner and foreign lands and foreign shores and father figures, academia, book publishing, legal matters, and it's flowing to Jupiter and Uranus, really good for resolution of travel plans, visas, academic success, book publishing, but it also winning in court because you are so darn lucky, as Jupiter doesn't leave your sign till the 3rd week of May next year. But also you can see down here, Yes, that the new moon is inviting in that fifth house resourcefulness, and that's entrepreneurship. That's also creative, artistic stuff you would do, being the artist, studio, creative energy. And also the house of the natural talents that you have. So your talents, your creativity, your entrepreneurship are all on the upswing if you even do entrepreneurship or self-directed business over the next 6 months. We want to talk about Neptune a little bit. You know, he could be where you're disillusioned with your friends, where Mercury's trying to say, get serious. This is what you need to see, know, or get about the types of friends that don't bring you authentic pleasure and joy, which is trying to hatch in your fifth house, right? If you're single, of course, this could definitely be a new relationship, a new romance over the next 6 months, and potentially one that will be involving foreign lands or foreign shores or an academic setting. But with Neptune across the way, some of your friends are like, maybe have been a place of not where you want to be. Something there doesn't fit for you anymore. Neptune's going back to help you clear out your vision about what kind of friends you would like to have, or whether the friends you have are currently serving you. That kind of narrative is going on. And certainly when Mars goes into Scorpio, which is going to be happening in November, if you have any leftover friends that, you know, you go like, really, is this my person? Do I want to be going out every night bar hopping with, you know, my alcoholic girlfriend or guy friend? Things like that can be really changing for you. And you're rising up in your resourcefulness in terms of your joy, play, pleasure. Ninth house matters. Even potentially getting some money from a father figure in the sky for reasons I won't go into, but parental or father figure monies, particularly kind of dispensations around trusts or inheritances, can show up in this story for you over the next 6 months. Alrighty, we have Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It is a story here of this elemental earth here, Mercury, really anchoring a brand new moon, giving you a lot of gumption around property, home, land, and real estate developments and things you do in your home as well, including new ideas, writing, or communicating over the 6 months, being extremely, very positively good for your finances. This is a money house over here where Pluto's been powering through your 8th house of chunky money for about since 2008. Now, a lot of you have come into money, you've lost money, you've had money, you haven't had money. There's been all this kind of death and rebirth up here, but this is still power and wealth, God in a money house. And this new moon can offer you a lot more money from passive income, royalty income, inheritance money, shared money with a partner in business or love. This is not the daily paycheck, but that kind of money makes money is increasing for you over the 6 months that follow. And with some planets in the 12th, if you do any kind of business with foreign shores or foreign lands or foreigners or far off shores, this is also going to increase your wealth as well. You're in good stead to do what you need to do to break free, freedom, Uranus, and learn how to do it with a teacher, guide, mentor, maybe a coach, maybe a learning program, maybe a rehab program, how to break free of any self-sabotaging addictions in order to be more financially prosperous. 4th house energy in connection with Pluto in the 8th as this lunation again can be some money from inheritances for some of you, Gemini, Sun, Moon, but it can be retirement money. It could be a buyout, a severance package, a sign-on bonus for a commission for doing like signing you onto a new job. You're getting a little disillusioned with your work up here. Something has to change. Something has to give. This can be great success. So as a kite, if you use TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube, and my progressed sun is in Gemini, so you can lift up high to greater success in videography type things. All right. If you want to get enlightenment, you could do that with this as well, especially with Jupiter in the 12th, suggesting a guru, guide, or teacher could help you transcend to the highest heights of awakening, if that's the kind of gig you're into as a Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Lastly, with Mercury going direct, anything to do with your house environment, including buying and selling a property, becomes a story. It's a yay you over the 2 weeks that follow the moon, but also the 6 months. That definitely looks like real estate purchasing, buying, and selling stories. All right, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We have a new moon in the sign of Virgo. That's your 3rd house of travel, siblings, things to do with the online world, things to do with your local neighborhood and neighbors, and sometimes cousins as well, and particularly younger siblings or sibling one under you. And in this place of your sky, there's a new beginning, a fresh start. You may travel with a sibling or to a sibling in the 2 weeks or 6 months that follow the particular moon. But you've got a lot of resourcefulness and intensity around this part of your chart. If you want to make money online, have a blog or a business, do it, write a book. Wow, what a wonderful prospect for you in the 6 months that follow this moon. With this, flow to the Taurus, Uranus, Jupiter, friends and allies really benefit you. People want to help. You're not in this alone. You could have favors from friends as well. People in high places suddenly wanting to break free to help you out. And you may also experience this as a general feeling of your career endeavors bringing greater money to you as you continue to thrive through to the end of next May in that part of your 11th house sky. The 11th house of, allies, friends, and gains from your career. But I think with Pluto here, there's some transformation this moon is bringing in your business partnerships, client relationships, and mostly marriage partnerships. And with a kite here, it could even mean your marriage partner is going to be more resourceful, and you're going to benefit from that if you have a marriage partner type partner. And then with the Neptune, there may be some disillusionment or some confusion you've been experiencing, let's say recently, to do with things connected to your spiritual philosophy, what you believe is true about life, but also to do with foreign shores and lands and book publishing, maybe even academics. And you're going to have this kite take off here. So seriously, if you were a writer, and this is so good for writers who are Cancer risings, this could be a real energy of success over the 6 months that follows in the themes of book publishing. Neptune up here might mean Hollywood wants to take it and make it a screenplay, or a movie, or you want to make it into a movie of some sort. And powerful people support you who are rich, wealthy, and powerful to get that to be true. For example, okay, anything that was stuck or not so sure or confused with the kite here will eventually be a success story in academics, foreign shores and travel, book publishing, and court cases. All right, Leo, sun, moon, and rising sign in the sky. What we have is a new beginning, a fresh start, that new moon in Virgo in your second house of prosperity that you derive from earning money, a paycheck, through saving money, sometimes through spending money. And that would include investing money in what you need to thrive, like a course or learning, putting money into something that helps you prosper. It's also the house of what you put in your mouth, indicating a fresh start in how you eat or how you don't eat or what you choose to put in your mouth in terms of substances. The energy here is Earth going through the career part of the chart, right? So you're Virgo, you're ruled by Mercury. This is your dude. He's about to go into direct motion on the day of the moon. And you want to just say, oh, September 15th, add 2 weeks, man. That energy is to the full moon at the end of the month in Aries. You're really feeling success energies and momentum and directionality in earnings and possessions and savings and money. Now, oh, sorry, did I say that he's the Lord of your sign? I'm sorry, you're Leo. I mean, for Leos, I said Leo, right? He's just in good dignity in your second house. Oh my goodness, when I have to do it under time limits, sometimes my brain shuts off. Finally, yeah, so ignore that part. Of course, I'm doing Leo. Sorry, I'm going to go with this, right? I just can't redo this. You want to think about this Pluto, maybe about powerful people in work environments, the boss, the CEO, or something in a work and job-like setting can be a very powerful person really wanting to support you financially and in your reputation with sudden success, sudden breakthroughs. And that can look for some of you, Leos, like you're going to get a paycheck increase, a level of authority increase, that you're going to get a raise, a promotion, or you're just going to level up. You might change your job suddenly, which is very possible with a new moon in the second, Uranus in the 10th, and Pluto in the 6th. But if you do make a change of job or career direction, you're going to be thriving because you've got Jupiter all the way through to the end of next May, Leos, in your 10th house, and you are going to shine bright and high. Bosses love you, or you are looking golden as you are seen in the world as successful. Watch out for the eighth house monies that you share with a partner, particularly, let's say, your spouse or business partners or the banks. I mean, this is a place where you had a little fog and illusion, confusion. It wants to be a place of success over the next few months. And so this kite can help you learn to make money, create passive income, get that inheritance squared away, get all the confusing stuff finished when it comes to how you and your partner are figuring out your long-term, like 401k, all of that. This is definitely a place that could be quite successful with this kite. But, in the shorter term, the lunation it's making a backbone of a kite, but it's in an opposition to that whole Mercury combo here. So backbone, right? Financial backbone success over the 6 months that follow, but maybe through changes in the work and also the office or job type environment. Okay, and watch there too with for better health measures and routines by what you eat and don't eat, or put in your mouth and don't put in your mouth, that will really benefit your long range goals over the next 6 months in finances and career success. Now, Mercury is the ruler of Virgo, and we're going to talk about Virgo. Yes. So this is your ruler, Mercury, going into direct motion in an elemental earth here, where he's been watching over all the earth signs with a lot of diligence for a couple months, each sign or 6 months this year in earth. And as he is moving through here, he's watching over this moon. He's about to go direct. New beginnings in your identity, your body, the way you see the world, because this is the steering wheel of your life, and this is what you look at. I'm steering towards my 10th house of career. I'm focused on my partners and marriages and significant others. I'm focused on my home down here. You are at the hub of your wheel, your steering wheel here of your life, the helm of your chart. And this is all about how Mercury and this moon are really propelling a big new beginning, the magnitude of which you may not have seen since 2016, the same time of year, August, September. This lunation really impacts you Virgos, however, with your sun, moon, or ascendant anywhere near, or let's just say, I want to give it between 15 and 26, 27 degrees of Virgo, sun, moon, and rising. You really get a lot of power out of this big, gorgeous new Earth trine energy. You're going to feel like you're flowing here in the 5th house of entrepreneurship, chutzpah, creativity, love, romance, your children, fertility, pregnancy, entrepreneurship. Okay, so all of that. There's a lot of goodness here, but if you want to get into the Earth sign and it being about money, this is money, luck, speculation, winning the lottery, winning in a betting situation. Be careful, of course. Don't listen to an astrologer, and you know your limit, play within it, but that could bring some success that way as well. Certainly if you're self-employed, it looks really good on you. Also, we have Jupiter in this trine of Earth energies, and Jupiter says, and Uranus and Minerva, basically. This is very academic. Some of you might be dealing with academic environments, and this is a big academic success 6 months ahead. This also can be a time with unexpected developments around travel to foreign lands and foreign shores, and possibly even for some of you, a desire to move or an opportunity to move and spend some time abroad. Jupiter is definitely going to help you win court cases, more so after December 29th when he goes direct, perhaps, but this is a longer term thing till the end of May, and the prosperity from a court situation would look like a settlement. If you want to book publish, if you're a Virgo who's a writer, and a lot of you are very capable writers, this is going to open up a lot of potential in the 6 months that follow this moon, especially for success in the book publishing industry, especially with Minerva, the goddess of books and knowledge, right? Up here as well, parchments and scrolls. And over here, we have this energy of what is this disillusionment, confusion, and fog about the one you're with? Is your marriage partner mentally ill, addicted? Are you confused about them? Are they shady and shisty and manipulative? I hope not. Or are you just confused? And if you are confused about a significant love relationship, I wouldn't say that there's a problem like with the person. It just might be that they're not able to fully reveal who they are to you. And so you got this kind of like, they put a rose colored hue around who they are, and you can't see them, whether it's a business or love, significant other. Whereas working, so you're going to find that over the 6 months that follow, Virgo, you're going to be able to clearly determine whether this is a relationship you wish to be in. And it will bring you success by figuring this out, because Mercury is, if anything in the 1st house, is helping you think clearly. about this other person. Now, if you're somebody who has a business in which you're throwing into the marketplace, your seventh house, things to do with YouTube or videography or film or filmography or any kind of super creative art shit, excuse my language, that could be a very good success story where you're reaching a broader audience, a broader marketplace, a broader success. Okay, so there's another way to look at that as well. There's many ways to look at this. So we're just giving ideas, download my free PDF on the meanings of the 12 houses in my description box below. And then you'll know a lot more about the houses that are the Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn houses and whole sign houses. That's what we're using in astrology here on YouTube. All of us astrologers are using whole sign houses. Now, give me a minute. I'm coming right back because I still feel like I can't get my mic to the right height. And I'm really just jerry-rigging, as they say, that old jerry-rigging phrase, this whole shenanigans. Let's try one more lay because I feel like I have to lean down a bit. That's better. Okay, hopefully it doesn't topple over. If you're in the live premiere and you haven't hit my like button, go ahead and do so. It helps the channel grow, and I really appreciate it. Okay, so here we have this energy for you, Libra, sun, moon, and rising. New beginnings in Earth in your 12th house. Certainly excellent for getting rid of the self-sabotage, addictions, and self-undoing. 101. The other thing is you can be very commercially successful over the next 6 months because you do business from foreign countries, foreign corporations, foreign lands, foreign revenue, foreigners. That's going to be a real upswing because of Mercury in dignity moving into direct motion here as this lunation progresses later the same day. And this is happening on the 14th of September and add 6 months. And then you can see that you're creating Earth trine energy into your 8th house of chunky money, Jupiter here. For a lot of you Libras, by the time you get to the end of this Jupiter transit end of next May, you've got an inheritance, you sold a property, you managed to capitalize on some kind of loan or investment or mortgage or investment strategy, or money with your partner improves. Partner inheritance from partner's family, your family, definitely possible as well. Or you've been really learning a lot about the occult mysteries and diving in deep. That can also be a part of Minerva, knowledge and wisdom, and Jupiter here. So tarot is astrology, all of that paranormal stuff. But this is going to help you with some financial thrival here. And with Pluto in your 4th house, that's back to the house of the family of origin, your mom particularly, but also mom and dad and childhood. And so this smacks of legacy wealth and smacks of grandparents or parents or money from your family of origin, maybe being made available to some of you Libra, sun, moon, and rising over the 6 months that follow this moon. But also buying and selling real estate can be very much a part of where this juice is happening. Remember, we didn't see Mercury this powerful in Earth energy since 2016. So go back and see if these themes were playing out at all at that time. There is a kite here, and the kite is connected to Neptune in your 6th house. Neptune here may have made you confused about the workplace. People in the workplace don't seem like all is not what they seem. You're having a hard time seeing who they really are, for example, or themes to do with pets or tenancies and rentals, or things to do with debt have all been kind of fogged out for you. This kite suggests a increase and some value going on here, something positive, not something negative, but you might have to dispel the illusion and dissolve out that work situation, that work environment, that work habit, all of that in order for you to create greater financial thrival through houses 12, 8, and 4. Finally, 12, 8, and 4 are moksha, liberation houses. If you're somebody who wants to dissolve an addiction in order to spiritually liberate, that's one thing I could say, a little spiritual awakening coming to a theater near you. Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising sign. I'm determined to get to that chiropractor on time. All right, so for you guys, there is this Earth trine. Hang on a sec, that's my daughter calling me. Shoot. Yes, it's important. So, children are important. If you're still in the premiere, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's roll back into this mini quickie update on this lunation. So Scorpio, this is a big Earth trine happening on the new moon on the 14th of September with Lord Mercury in domicile. Don't forget, you're not seeing it because the moon's moving quickly, but trust me, it's here. And there's going to be an Earth trine energy from houses 11, 7, and 3. Energetically, this is something to do with relating to other people in a resourceful, grounded, and practical way. Especially Mercury up here, new beginnings in social groups of friendships, new enlivenment of your career gains as well over the 6 months that follow. But these social groups especially are going to be more grounded and practical for you as you bring in friends that you and your spouse or your clients and audience love. Now, there's two stories going on at once because, you know, the great gains from your Leo 10th house can be financial new beginnings in the 6 months that follow through the work you're doing. And if that work involves a marketplace, clients and audience, an incredible success and thrival. Jupiter expanding that part of your sky, Uranus enlivening it with sudden unexpected bonus points. And at the same time, it can also be about your significant spousal type partner and how you guys are going to create new groups of belonging and friends together, even in, say, joining a club or a society. Wouldn't be too far-fetched with this particular story. Now, it's going to also be all about grounding in the local neighborhoods, you know, and also finding the power and resourcefulness of the hood, of the neighbors, maybe from siblings supporting that narrative as well. If you have an online business in a, you know, virtual neighborhood and you want to power that up at all, this is really good for you as well, Scorpio. Pluto power in the third house of your, you know, social media land and your website is going to allow you to flow to a larger audience and really establish some incredible flight here of success, and increases the career gains too. Some of you are just going to reimagine, rethink, and re-ideate what you really want in your hopes, dreams, and wishes, new moon in the 11th. But if you do that properly, you're going to aim for the 5th house of joy. It's also your entrepreneurial house. Joyful entrepreneurship, maybe. But also, have you been confused or fogged out about a love relationship or your connection to your spouse, your sexual life, your creativity, your talents? If you've been having any confusion, let it go, because this kite will eventually, over the 6 months that follow, look like you have a successful resolution of uncertainty, Neptune, or confusion and fog here. Finally, if you are an artist, especially musical or photography or filmography, this is a wonderful Neptune placement, to say the very least, just superpower you up into some new success as an artist of some kind. That includes writing books, okay? Over the 6 months that follows this moon. There are many ways to parse all of these things. I can't do all of them. Download my free Meanings of the 12 houses PDF, and you just look for your earth houses in your whole sign house system, and you'll know where this trine is increasing your success. All right, Sagittarius, sun, moon, and rising sign. So Sagittarius, we have a story of a very powerful new moon happening on the 14th of September in your 10th house of career and reputation. Now, this is also a place where your status changes. I'm married, I'm widowed, I'm divorced. People see you having a reputational shift. So there could be a new beginning as a Sag in one of these parts of how people identify you, just to keep that in mind. But it's also connected to a very potent and powerful resourcefulness and wealthy energy in an earth trine, because we have the activation of all the money houses, right? Of 2, 6, because 2 is your earnings, 6 is your work and workplace and job, and 10th house is the whole career reputation. For many of you, Sagittarius, if you are working at all, this is going to increase your financial success, your reputation, and your happiness at work. Jupiter brings joy in the workplace, but also bosses and colleagues who are powerful and supportive and love you. And some of you may even study or learn Minerva, some original and new direction in terms of earnings and money and career over the 6 months that follows. Take up a new learning path in order to succeed in your path of earnings and career. Now, Pluto's been taking you, Sagittarius, through the ringer, of course, since 2008, and your money's been up and down, boom and bust, high and low. I doubt that you would be surprised to hear that. But if there's any chance that you would wish to do anything to do with music, film, or video, or storytelling, Neptune in the 4th house suggests that it could be an area of great success in the 6 months that follow. But you're doing that in and from the home. You're focused on like the screenplay or the songwriting or the photography. It's in the privacy of your home, but what you're doing down here could really amplify the career direction for you and bring you greater and greater success over the course of 6 months that follow. Anything else I want to say? September the 15th or whatever, to add 2 weeks, well, actually till October 5th, things are really good in your career. It's a perfect time to sign a new job contract, apply for a job, phone the recruiter, or even just hear back that you're in the next interview stage of something. So that's really wonderful if those things are at all useful to you. You be very on the microphone, very much in the public eye over the next 6 months, maybe sharing or promoting or speaking about something that you're doing in your work and career space. Capricorn, sun, moon, and rising. Okay, Cappies, this is all about the Earth year, elemental Earth, and Mercury's in an Earth trine. He's trining you from the ninth house and a new moon, by the way, in your house of God, spirituality, temples, religion, faith, foreign lands, and visas. If you want to get a visa, but hoping to get a visa, travel to a foreign land, or communications from foreign lands are all on the radar in the 2 weeks that follow the September 14th new moon. But this is also a 6 months narrative as well. So it's really going to help you thrive. Also, book publishing can be very successful in the next 6 months, or publications of any kind. Our legal matters may work in your favor if you're waiting for a legal situation to resolve. Technically, we want to talk too about that Pluto story. Ever since 2008, you've been under renovation, especially the rising sign Caps, but Sun and Moon have felt it. Moon, you've had a lot of changes of home. Sun, a lot of changes of career, for example. As you die, are reborn again and again and again. This is not going to be here anymore after next year, really. There's a little bit left at the end of the fall of next year, 2024, but this is an ending of a once in a lifetime story of you coming into authentic power. And it's been difficult for many of you as you face real death in life and death of yourself or your self identity. But I want to bring some kudos to you for getting through it and talk about this Pluto power up, because Pluto is now trying to reward you. And he wants to flow and trine you by entering into an Earth trine that bakes in 6 months of goodness in your fifth house. Amazing energy for having grandchildren, children come to you in the 6 months that follow, for being creative and artistic, and maybe even highly entrepreneurial success as well. You want to find the real joy, the authentic joy in your life, what really brings you joy, not just pleasure. And you may also dive into learning something to enhance a natural talent or skill that you already have that you wish to share with the broader world through the word publications over the next 6 months, including writing, with the god of storytelling in the house of writing. That's true for some of you Capricorns. As you look at Neptune here, he's kind of like, where have you been confused about a writing project, about a neighbor, neighborhood situations, siblings? Where have siblings befuddled you? Cousins sometimes. Where have this been a place of lack of clarity, if not outright fog? And if you've been dealing with that kind of fog, it's about to clear over the 6 months, because a kite can bring success to that which ailed you here, right? There was Pandora here. I didn't talk about that for the world on my other video either, but a place where all the ills befell you in the third house are now about to resolve, I believe, in the 6 months that follow. If I was a Capricorn looking at this in my sky, I'd be really excited by the idea of potentially really moving into a state of financial self-security or independence with Jupiter in the fifth house. If you want to have a child, though, and you're like thinking of having a baby, this can really open up fertility energy for you as a Capricorn egg bearer, a woman with eggs, but also maybe the partner of a egg bearer. And I'm not kidding you, that was a new thing that came out, to call women egg bearers. I saw a t-shirt on somebody online recently. It was, Coca-Cola, the real thing. It was female, the real thing, with a Coca-Cola style logo. I don't mind people doing what they want with themselves, okay? But I just want to point out some of the absurdity of the new language that makes me laugh or cringe. Alrighty, and I'm sure I've just lost a few subscribers today for those comments, but I'm all right with that. So, I would also lastly say that the ninth house is about the meaning of your life, and spiritual attainment can happen here as well. So a lot of you are thinking more deeply, thinking Mercury, about what spiritual philosophy is true and right for you. And you may, over the next 6 months, really come into a fresh start with that. But you're looking for a spiritual philosophy that vitalizes you, inspires you, and enthuses you. So if you always hated going to church, maybe you're going to join a community of whirling dervishes. Okay, Aquarius, sun, moon, and rising. I am one of you. This is a story of a elemental earthier Mercury, grounding us now in a, it's not seen since 2016, financially positive Earth trine. This can really help us enhance the money we have from other people. That's your bank loans and your mortgages, a new beginning here, your stock investments, money shared with the spouse, and inheritance monies. This is a new beginning and a fresh start, and a very potent moon, because Mercury in dignity, heading directly the day after the September 14th moon, the moon was here, by the way, is speaking to us very clearly of some new level of financial success. Passive income, royalty income, leveraged monies, buyouts, insurance payouts, court settlements, government monies, all of this kind of thing. Now, because of Jupiter here in the fourth house, for some of us, it could be about property, land, real estate, or inheritances, especially from family members from your childhood, parents, grandparents, etc. But it may be unexpected or sudden money coming as well. Technically as well, we want to say Pluto's finally getting done with our 12th house. I had 2 spiritual awakenings in that time. Go check out my Awakened Dreamer blog, the Awakened Dreamer blog, and see what I mean. And so Pluto really traversed a moksha liberation house for a lot of us. Aquarius is trying to bring us into touch, into deep, authentic awareness of the power of our soul. And as this is about to finish, Pluto's giving us a last love up. Now, practically, he could, at the spiritual level, open your eyes to deep occult mysteries and magical things, Mercury in the 8th house, that you're going to harness and maybe learn or teach or study about over the 6 months that follow. I'll be doing deep code astrology and all the research into creating that new platform and course. But in the meantime, practically speaking, if you make any money from a foreign country, foreign lands, or foreign shores in any way, then this is going to really enhance that income as well. But it's not so much that paycheck, but how this Pluto wants you to leverage that chunky money, because it looks like you've been a little confused or disillusioned or fogged up about the earning strategy, the paycheck, the saving strategy. The spending strategies have been difficult and confusing for you since 2011. And that's about to end in 2025, Aquarians. But right now, in the 6 months that follow, Mercury's fixing you up here. And you may find that you can prosper, kite, and thrive through videography, filmography, TikTok, PayPal, Instagram Reels. I'm literally telling you about Neptune platforms. Okay. Now, as Aquarius rising on YouTube, I'm trying to figure out how to use Instagram because I don't have time. And, I just might figure out a whole new strategy for how I do all of these platforms that involve video as a result of this kite. Neptune has an addictive thing, escaping and addictions can be Neptunian, and you may end up looking at a breakthrough around escapist addictive tendencies in the 6 months that follows this moon, especially with the moon being the ruler of your 6th house. For a lot of Aquarians, it can be a huge breakthrough regarding unhealthy dependencies or addictions of some sort. And anything else I'd say about that? And Jupiter in that 4th house is a part of this trine. Go back to 2016, August, September. I mentioned this in my other video, the deep dive one, and you'll see how you might have dealt with resources that didn't belong to you regarding property and land and real estate, and leveraging some success financially in the 6 months that followed that time frame. So it's back again. Mercury going direct right after the 2 weeks after the moon, you could be revealed a secret or something hidden from view that you didn't know. And when you find out whatever was unknown, and doesn't have to be a secret someone kept from you, like it could be a tax code break secret, but whatever it is, it can really help you. Some knowledge that you could get about money strategies can really uplift you in the 6 months that follow this moon. For some of you, buying and selling real estate is going to be a big deal in the 6 months that follow this lunation, and you will do very well by that. Some of you may buy land, though, or a home in a foreign land or foreign shore. All right, finally, Pisces, sun, moon, and rising sign. So we have an elemental earth here in the sign of your we have an elemental earth here. Mercury's been digging in, and there's a lunation under his guidance in your 7th house of your business partner. Oh, you're still in the live premiere. Hit that like button. Like. Thank you. Helps me grow. So Mercury, you're definitely looking at something that says, Mercury, Pisces, you're definitely looking at something that says a fresh new start with great resourcefulness financially and potency and groundedness in a significant business or love relationship, or both, or with the outreach of clients and audiences that you attend to. Now, this new beginning in the seventh house of significant others may be their new beginning. A possible mistake in astrology, especially the modern approach, is to make everything psychological or about you. This is about them. Your partner in love or business could be having a fresh new beginning, and you're getting the benefits thereof, especially given that there's Jupiter in the third house, and that can mean that your partner's having a new beginning in online world stuff, trips and travel, teaching and learning, or that your cousin is involved or your own sibling is involved with a significant other, including partners in legal contracts. So you can benefit from a sibling, you can benefit from a younger or older sibling, because Pluto's in the house of the one up above you, or elder sibling energy, and Jupiter's down here with opportunity, Uranus unexpected, and the younger sibling. Sibling benefits you, contractual legal agreements perhaps as well, in the 6 months that follow this moon. Now, when we talk about houses 11 and 3 and 7, we're really looking at houses that primarily are going to talk to you about how you relate to other people, in essence. Okay, so some of this is going to be being more resourceful, maybe networking, more communication, more hitting a market, maybe more selling, more speaking to others. Mercury guiding this new moon in the 7th house. You may find yourself doing more one-on-one work with others, or just more being out there serving the other in your life in the 6 months that follow this moon. You definitely can look at Pluto being really powerfully able to bring you some great career gains from your Sagittarius 10th house, especially with Jupiter being the lord of it in an earth trine. So some greater financial contracts and agreements, career gains, friends in high places, powerful people who act like an elder sibling, can be of benefit to you, giving you some incredible uplift by giving you benefits, being your patron, giving you special favors or something like that to increase your financial gain from a career or purpose path in the 6 months that follow this moon. Always look to the 2 weeks that follow for any clues to what might be going on as well. I think the confusion of Neptune in your first house has been interesting. If you're a late degree, 25 to 29 degrees of Pisces person, this is like an enlightenment transit. But if you don't handle it rightly, the right way, it can be escapism, addiction, mental health challenges. I'm going crazy, can't tell the real from the unreal. Yet at the highest level, it can really open up spiritual awareness and also deep levels of imaginal power and creativity. And so this is a once in a lifetime and only once in a lifetime transit. And some people won't even get this transit. So you definitely feel like, to me, you want to think about this time frame, a late degree Pisces, as being extremely important, because a kite is aiming at you, and you want to succeed at anything that has been confusing, illusory, difficult. You want to dissolve. Now, Neptune dissolves. If he's on your ascendant is near 26 degrees, 2 or 3 degrees on either side, you're dissolving. You are dissolving. My soulmate James is in the middle of dissolving. But you could also be highly inspired, highly imaginative, highly creative, highly visionary right now. And this kite says over the 6 months, all of those qualities help you in your success, in your matters to do with larger groups of belonging, social networks, and maybe expanding the gains from your career. Don't forget, because you have 2 sibling houses involved, plus the house of your significant other, some of these stories are maybe happening around you, right? But the point is that the Neptune point of the kite is pointing at you. So you benefit in Neptunian ways: unconditional love, expansion of consciousness, becoming available to a higher level of imaginal and visionary power, and storytelling power as well. Neptune makes this imaginal, unreal world seem real. He's the Maya, the illusion, the Leela, the play of God, in my humble opinion. So we could look at this as being very much a spiritual energy breaking through over the 6 months that follow as well. Lastly, don't sign any legal contracts until after this moon, but when Mercury goes direct, then let's just say clearly the 15th to the end of the month, even 2 weeks after the moon, you're all set to go. And you may have information, news, or phone calls coming through from the world offering you some legally binding agreement. And if you do, it's going to be worth your while. You should say yes, because you will thrive. And lastly, Jupiter would like you to expand your travel, and travel brings opportunities, contracts, and agreements over the 2 weeks that follow the moon, but also over the 6 months that follow. And if you are online, providing a service online with a website, social media, this benefits you greatly as well. You expand there, you expand your reach with your audience, and you prosper as a result of this grand trine. Thanks for listening, guys. I know that was quick. I have to get to a chiropractor and I have to go lickety split in order to race there in time. Thank you for being a part of my crew. All my regulars, I love you guys. I know the Crystalline Alchemist, Herbal Empress, Pharaoh Writer, Ace of Spades, Stephen the Jupiterian, Michael Thrash, Serge LaBelle, and more. Thank you for being in my community, supporting me, helping me grow. A long-term goal of 100,000 subscribers. I'm at 40,000 today on September 12th. And who knows, maybe I'll hit my unrealistic but exciting goal of 100,000 by January. Take care, everybody. I'll see you in my next video. Stay tuned. Bye-bye.